Trey, Jessie, it's great to be here today with you. And today's episode, we're going to talk about very simple steps that you can do to be a greener houseboater.
The first thing and the biggest one is being aware.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I'll be the first to admit that I'm probably a little bit behind on my green journey, but I'm newer to boating and I don't know all of the different ways, especially when it comes to the mechanics of a houseboat, of how to be green. So I'm learning a lot from Trey, but all that to say, there are still simple things for even somebody like me that's new on the journey that I can start today and start changing my behaviors a little bit at a time. And I can do it for free, really. That's what's really cool about being green, is that you can just really start at any time.
Tell us about houseboating and garbage.
So yeah, I think that is the second thing is owning your garbage. Anything that comes on our boat is, even if our guests bring it on the boat, is essentially our responsibility. What you're bringing onto your boat and making sure that you clean up your trash.
I think there's probably nothing more frustrating, and then no matter what kind of boat you drive, is that when you pull up to the beach and you see somebody's garbage there's nothing more just like infuriating. I think that is something that we can all probably agree on no matter what.
So what's your third step?
There's ways that you can get involved cleaning up the lakes and rivers that you frequent. You can do this by yourself, but it's really nice that there are organized groups that you go out together. You get to meet people who are also really into either boating, or maybe they're fishermen, other people who might live on that lake or river and who really care about the lakes and the rivers that we all get to enjoy. It's just a way to really be proactive about helping maintain the community so everyone else can get to enjoy it. My dad is a fisherman. That's how I got into boating growing up, is going along on fishing trips with my father. Even in our backyard, if there was trash in the backyard, trash in the creek, trash wherever we're going, he's like, you got to pick it up. Starting that young, it left an impression on me. And it's something that, when we go out and we see trash somewhere, I'm always picking it up.
So for some of our listeners who are joining us on podcasts, we're talking with Trey and Jessie, who are houseboat owners, and we're talking about green houseboating. And we're into the fourth tip now of 6 simple tips that you can do to be a greener houseboater. What is your fourth tip?
Fourth tip is recycle, just like you would at home, making sure that you have as little waste as possible. So one of the ways that we recycle on our boat is we have big insulated cups, because it gets hot. So we just kind of use the same glass throughout the day, so that we're not kind of wasting anything else, but just keeping cups and stuff like that we won't create more trash with.
As a houseboater too, that we have to be conscious of is that we're on the boat for days at a time. And when you're there all the time, you really start to amass a lot of garbage and things to recycle. If you don't have the infrastructure at your marina in place to recycle, you have to, again, be proactive in going about finding ways to recycle that garbage, if you will. We're always thinking of different ways to reduce the amount of garbage that we're amassing. Like when we go to the grocery store, we use reusable bags. We put that practice in motion when we're on the boat. Whatever we're bringing to the boat, whether it be groceries, whether it be clothes that we needed to wash, towels, we're always trying to remember to bring that in reusable bags, because that is just one little extra bit of trash that we're bringing if it's just going to be grocery bags that you get at a grocery store.
So we're going to put all of these tips in the description below so that people can review them, but we'll also put links to your YouTube channel where you talk about not only green boating tips, but a lot of other practical boating tips for houseboaters.
I think the sixth and the last one was the reducing the single-use plastic. So we're fortunate enough to have 320 gallons of fresh water on the boat. It's just like the water that you would get out of your tap at home. And so we use that, and it's filtered when we put it on the boat.
You'd be amazed at the amount of water that you drink when you're out in the sun in the summertime. And it would be really easy to just pile up the single-use plastic for like water bottles or like Gatorade bottles. And we try to make an effort to drink the water out of our water tanks and use reusable cups.
What I've begun doing too is if I have guests that come on board, I actually send them a little email ahead of time. And that's one of the things I ask them to do is, when you're bringing your, snacks or groceries or drinks, please do these things. And one of them is bring them in a reusable bag. We have limited space for garbage. And it's surprising how eager they are to participate. They go, okay, I know how to be a crew member now.
I love that.
Jess and Trey, thank you so much for these tips. I'm going to remind our viewers that a link to your channel, Deep Houseboat Life, will be in the description below. Please review quickly the 6 tips for becoming a greener houseboater.
Be aware, own your garbage.
Get involved, recycle, Use reusable bags.
And cutting down on the single-use plastic.
These are fantastic tips. Really simple. We haven't spent any money today.
Wow.
This is fantastic.
Yeah,
and yet we've had an
exactly.
impact on the
It's all free.
environment. Yeah. When was the last time a boater didn't spend any money? Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for sharing these tips. We look forward to the next episode of Becoming a Green Houseboater with Jessie and Trey. Thank you guys.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
The Green Boater is looking for 1 million boaters to create one action that helps stop ocean pollution. You've just heard 6 tips. I encourage you to pick one of them, implement them on your houseboat, tell somebody about it, and you can make a difference for the health of our ocean. And while you're at it, smash subscribe to this channel for more tips on products and practices that will help stop ocean pollution.